Hello. Oh, I don't have no rings on. Hold on. Hello, welcome to a real chatty get ready with me. My name is Shambria. If you're new here, I'm getting ready for work and I just feel like running my mouth. So that's what we're gonna do today. Do some makeup, hang out, I won't really get too in depth about products. I'm not gonna be mentioning products the whole way through probably. So everything will be in the description box. Don't worry, I got you back. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment, all the fun stuff. Let's get to it. I need to tackle these nails before I start anything else. I don't know how I keep breaking nails. I should have done my hair first. However, I don't really know what I want to do with it yet. I'm letting this alcohol dry really quick. I don't really know what I want to do with my hair. Part of me wants to crimp it. Part of me just wants to throw a little like bump in it. I don't know. I love this stuff and I'm gonna let it dry while I do my nails because it's good to like let it sit for a second. I feel like really chatty today and I have a few things I've been like wanting to talk about, to be extremely honest with you. I guess this is the first topic. I've been struggling with being like perceived, like sometimes I am all for being on the internet, hanging out with y'all, yada yada, all that stuff. However, I don't really, I need to like do something with this eyebrow. I have a hard time with like, okay, sometimes I want you to see me, sometimes I just don't. I think what it boils down to is I'm not going back and forth with nobody. I'm not. If I put my opinion out there about something, and that's why I don't really like talking about certain things, because not anything like major, but in general, if I have my opinion, 9 times out of 10, I've already like probably looked it up, or I'm willing to look it up, or I've already, me sitting here going back and forth with people in the comments or whatever, probably not. You're gonna focus? Hey, there you go. That's the nail glue. I don't want to argue with nobody because that's what people tend to do. All the think pieces, all the stuff. Is that straight? Sure. They gotta come off soon anyways. I think people talk a little too much for me. And I know I talk a lot. I don't really want to keep talking with people. Quite a few people, like when I do talk, or people that know me or whatever, they're like, oh, you should do a little podcast situation, yada yada. No. Sorry, so sorry. It'll probably never happen. Not probably, it'll never happen. I don't know how bad that sounds, but like ultimately, I don't think that's my thing. Is that crooked? It might be. Most of these are, so. And also, I don't know if I'm just like protecting my peace. Most of the stuff I really care about, for real, keep to myself anyways. A little 2-part transition into what I wanted to talk about as well, which is relationships with other people. Like not me and my man, not that, but like adult friendships, relationships in general. I don't keep a lot of people around me. Is this? Yeah, we back. Yeah. And these are just those BT art box whatever on Amazon. That's everywhere. Anyway, we need to do some makeup because I actually have to go to work. I'm cool with people, no problem there. This might sound harsh, but am I judging you? I might be judging you. I filled in my eyebrows off camera because I just can't multitask. I think I've been like traumatized in the friendship department. Woo. Yeah, I'm an observer. Okay, let me say that. If I have witnessed you being, let me see if I can do this in my big mirror. I feel like I have witnessed so many people be like weird when it comes to like the internet, because I don't know what y'all be doing in real life. Some of y'all. But the things I do know about some people make me not want to be friends. And there are people who actively said like, hey, I want to hang out with you. People who have like, oh, we should hang out more, we should talk more, whatever. I get that. I'm not saying everybody, because there are people who genuinely, I am just busy, okay? I swear, I'm not talking about you. Y'all probably know who you are, okay? I am not dodging you like that for this reason. But there are some people where I'm not hanging out with you. I'm so sorry. You don't even have to be weird with me, to be honest with you. Sometimes I feel like I just know too much in certain situations and certain people where it has completely just turned me off of being friends with people. And I say that I was traumatized because I've just witnessed too many like weirdos. And yeah, I'm gonna stay in my bubble 9 times out of 10. You don't see me pop out nowhere. And also too, I'm not just bringing anybody around my kids. Sorry. Also too, there are probably people who think they know so much of my business. Baby, you're drinking piss. Because that's another thing. I'm so like social when I need to be. And we get to talking and all this stuff. But if you don't think that I'm willing to lie to you about my business, you're crazy. Because why would I tell you that? I don't know. I'm just, like I said, turned off. Not very excited about hanging out with people. I have made like genuine connections with people. And there are so many people I enjoy seeing, like genuinely, like I'm happy to see you. But there are others where I'm just like, we could have been cool, but like the things that I've seen y'all do, not so much. I'm not saying I'm all that either. You know, you don't want to hang out with me. I'm boring, honestly. I'm messing up my eyebrows trying to talk to y'all. Yeah, I just don't do a lot of stuff that like everybody's out here doing, so to me there's no point anyways. I don't know, it's a weird subject for me because it's like I'm friendly once you get cool with me. I'm just not interested in getting cool with a lot of people, so it's kind of weird. But overall, like, I'm not looking to find no new friends. If things organically happen, which they have recent years, and then we have a connection, that's great. I'm all for it. Another thing, these are gonna look so different. Sorry, I'm looking at my mirror behind me. I'm a very like low maintenance friend. So another thing is I don't mesh well with some people who have really high expectations from their friends. How do I put it? I don't care about the whole like, oh, you didn't text me for 15 days. If we have no reason to not be cool, we're still cool. We still have a relationship. I don't care if you don't text me for a few days. I'm a grown-ass woman. I have 3 kids, run a business, I have a husband. Life is lifing constantly. I'm not married to none of y'all, so nothing else really like matters, you know? I'm not like, oh, you gotta text me every day. I'd love to hear from my friends, but I'm not about to go on the internet bashing you because I haven't heard from you in a week. Stuff like that does not matter to me. So when I see that it matters to other people and y'all are sharing memes about your friend didn't do this and yada yada, we were never gonna be friends in the first place. Also, I realized too, people don't take the time to like really get to know me before they form an opinion, so fuck it. I feel like the people that I'm friends with or like we have a good standing relationship, they know that, I know that, and I'm not really worried about too much else. Do these brows look alright? I was talking about this on TikTok when Heather Sanders and Black China like linked back up or whatever. Love that for them if that's what they want to do, but I could never be that person. I'm not in the spin the block, making up, rekindling, none of that. Once I'm done, wrap this shit up. I delete all the text messages. I don't want no pictures, none of that. I'm not going back thinking like, dang, let me go through our texts and see, you know. I don't care to keep receipts on you, nothing. I want to forget you exist and I want you to forget that I exist. What did Moneybag say? Once I cut you off, don't want you back. Before y'all start tripping. I'm not saying we can't talk about our issues. I'm not saying like none of that. I'm saying that once I get to a point where I need you out of my life for my peace of mind or whatever the case, I'm not going back. Once I have made up my mind that we don't need to be doing this no more, whether it's my friends, family members, I don't care who you are. Quite frankly, I don't care who it is. Once I am done, I am done. I don't care to keep that around. I don't need bragging rights for winning arguments. I don't need any of that. Leave me alone. It just doesn't appeal to me, and it hasn't for a very long time. I'm not about to sit here and bash you every 3 seconds. Quite frankly, you'll probably never even hear from me again. Crazy enough. Yeah, there's nobody I can think of right now where I'm like, oh, we need to get back cool. Which is crazy because I've had people try and like be back cool with me. People who swore they dated me that I don't recall. Family members who are like, oh, we're family. I don't care. I don't care. I know a lot of people are like, oh, time heals, you know. You can't trick me into that. You can't trick me into that. I'm so sorry. I just feel like if I cut you off, it's for a reason. I know that. You know that. We don't need to do all the extra stuff. We don't need no drama, no hateration in the dancery, none of that. I'm just going to leave you alone. There's not even like bad blood. I mean, I don't like you, but you know, I don't need to badmouth you every 3 seconds or anything. You over there, I'm over here. It is what it is. Especially too, we take it to that point where we're talking crazy to each other or about each other. I can't forget that you said that. I'm not gonna just forget that you was talking trash about me, my family, whatever, because it's been 5 years. What? If I know that I can't forgive you and never bring it up again, then I don't have no business trying to talk to you or rekindle or whatever. Nope. Because I know myself very well. It's gonna get brought up again. I'm gonna be looking at you funny, all that. I'm not gonna get over it. So for that reason, I choose to leave people alone. Sorry. My necklaces are so tangled. We'll fix that later. Now, have I been nosy before? If somebody pops up in my people you may know, every now and then, maybe like once a year. Not per person, but like if somebody, you know, randomly people pop up or whatever, I'll see people in my views and I go view back real quick. I'm not like into your stuff. I'm just looking like, oh, okay. But I'm not like lurking every day type thing. I'm good. And I'm actually busy. So yeah, none of that. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't been nosy before. Ultimately, you're not gonna hear from me again. Random thing to know about me, I don't have no fake pages. If I looked at your shit, it was me, you know it. So if you feel like I've been looking at your shit and you didn't see my name on it, it was not me. Okay, let's clear that up. I'm definitely not making no alternate page to go look for you ever. Certain things, when things are over, they're just over, and that's okay. So it kind of is what it is on that. I also wanted to quickly talk about motherhood because, yeah, I feel like people think that when you talk about the struggles of being a mom, it means that you hate being a mother, you hate your family. Oh my God, why did I do this? I have so much regret. No, quite literally opposite. You guys are crazy. I've been a mom for almost 9 years now. And I've been on a roller coaster with like postpartum, just a lot of things, lots of trauma, lots and lots of trauma. However, I do not hate being a mom. And I think the second we talk about things being hard, from what I'm observing, people have a hard time with moms opening their mouths. What? For one, everyone's journey in motherhood is so different. And I feel like, who are y'all to sit here and say what I can and can't say about my experiences, for one. Two, the second you talk about something that's not, oh my God, I love my baby so much, people act like you should shut up. How dare you complain? You have it so good. Who cares? Or shut up. What's up with that? For the most part, since I've been a mom, I've been able to stay at home with my kids, to be honest with you, thankfully, because of my husband. And I feel like I've caught a lot of shade for that. And also, people are insensitive. People are insensitive to a lot of things when it comes to that. My time being one of them. People think I sit around here and do nothing. Crazy. Personally, I look at it like, if you're allowed to talk about your job and your hard days, why am I not allowed to talk about mine? Think about it. If this is my job, why can't I say anything about my rough days? If everyone else is allowed to come on and vent about whatever, why can't the moms? My kids are literally sitting right outside my door arguing. My journey in motherhood has been insane. Definitely not even close to what I thought it was going to be. Not even close to the traditional thoughts. Lots of trauma, like I said. But with all that being said, I love being a mom. Like, I love being a mom to my kids. They are doing nothing wrong. They are hectic. They are a lot at times. I have 3 kids. They're all 3 years apart. It's a lot. It's not easy. However, I have no regrets. Even though they're fighting every 3 seconds. Of course, they start arguing while I'm saying being a mother is great. Anyways, in my case where I've been at home with my kids, a lot of it is like the adapting. Constantly adapting to everyone else's schedule. And as women in general, as moms, whether you go to work, stay home, whatever, there's so much more on our plates. Not even the moms, but like the default parent, the stay-at-home dads, whatever you are, there's so much more on you majority of the time. We deserve some grace, quite frankly. The mental requirements and the adapting and all that are what caused the issues. Not having people who are willing to adapt with you, because it's different every day. Thankfully for me, my husband is very supportive. He's very loving. He understands a lot. We've grown to learn a lot together. And even then, there are times where like you just have to like you just need a minute. No matter how much support you have, sometimes people look at it like, oh, you got it, you got support. But still, if we're both doing something for the first time, my husband and I became parents together for the first time. And then we had tragedy after that. So we're navigating so many different things. So many different things. I had my first kid at 22. Yeah, I wasn't a teenage mother or anything, but we're still young. We're still learning, whatever. Even though we planned to have that child. And even then, there's still so much you never know. There's things I didn't know until my 3rd child that I wish I would have known with my 1st. There's a lot of like expectations on people and parents and mothers in spaces where like, just give me a minute. Tone it down on the judgment, because I also feel like there's a lot of that. I've gotten, like I said, shade and judgment for having a supportive partner. People making jokes out of that. Kind of odd. Even with an extremely supportive partner, this has been one of the hardest things you'll ever do. I know from experience. You go through so much up and down all the time. It's lonely, demanding. Literally, my children are yelling at me all day long. Not yelling at me, but like somebody always needs you. And then on top of all that, you still have to get back confident. You still have to make sure you're doing everything right, because people are going to judge you. You can't let people see you like down. I'm not doing makeup, I forgot. Ultimately, what I can say is just because I'm talking to you about the struggles does not mean that I don't want to be a mom. So wrap that shit up. I don't even know how people got to that type of like conclusion. Because I said I had a rough day, or because I need a break every now and then. What? You guys are crazy. People are so insensitive until they are in the position to need some grace. So maybe you should just lead with grace, no matter what. And save yourself from looking like a donkey later. I feel like talking about motherhood and postpartum and all that and the mental struggles is a good segue into a mental health check-in. I'm very transparent about my mental health since becoming a mom, honestly. Yeah, right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm in a space where I'm having bad days, absolutely. It's definitely not the best it could be, but it's not the worst. So, yeah. I can openly always say that I've been through a lot. That's not a lie. Which we all do of some sort. So cool, whatever. But with that, it has actually taught me a lot. With all the like trauma, drama, whatever. I've actually learned a lot about myself, which I'm thankful for. So I think that's one of the things where like, as I'm getting older, I'm figuring out like how to find peace in the things that I cannot control. Right now, knowing that a lot of the things that are going wrong are out of my control. There are some things that, I think I spoke on this before, where yeah, they're my fault. But they're my fault from being in bad mental spaces and not dealing with things I needed to deal with. So is what it is. What I can say is I'm getting better at this depression thing, you know? They're doing insane construction outside and I'm scared. I think right now I'm just at a point where I'm just recognizing when things aren't good, giving myself, dang, I thought I was gonna break the nail I just put back on. Does that look crazy? Giving myself time to just like let it be, feel it, deal with it, whatever the case, and just giving myself a moment. I'm trying not to be too strict on myself right now. I think that's one of the biggest things, is I'm trying not to be hard on myself, because me being hard on myself leads to stress and I don't need any more of that. My daughter literally just turned 3 like 2 weeks ago. I feel like I'm finally feeling like myself again, getting my pink back. I think that's what the kids are calling it. I had a rough year, to be honest with you, but ultimately I'm feeling the greatest I've felt in a long time. I'm just ready for elevation. I'm ready for a rebrand. Yeah. Insert sparkles and literally just a little something something. Yeah, it's just time. I think when I say rebrand, I mean less crying. Less crying, hopefully. A lot more just positivity, a lot more doing the things that I want to do, a lot more discipline. I definitely am lacking discipline right now. I've been loving having my kids home for the summer. No distractions, no schedules, just vibes. But I will say the only positive to them going back to school, right before summer break, I got in the routine of walking every day, and that had me in a great headspace. I was losing a little bit of weight, just a little bit. They start school back in like 2 weeks, so I'm gonna use the next 2 weeks to just like, you know, finish the things I need to do as far as like school shopping, all the stuff. And then once they start back school, I'm gonna get myself back on a strict schedule for walking, because that was an amazing feeling. I was doing great. My problem is I'll be doing great and in check with like my mental health, and then I'll have a bad day or two and then just completely like nothing matters, who cares, very dramatic, and then I lose sight of it. So I'm just trying to give myself a minute to like let things happen and then make sure I jump back on the right track. That's all I can do. This is also the best mascara. This Sephora Love the Lift. Yeah. They were in the lab. And then on the bottoms, do I want to put something on the bottom? A little something. Do a little brown. But I'm gonna do a video on my favorites very soon. That's what I'm gonna do tonight. Either Amazon favorites or beauty favorites, one of the two. Just a little. I always put my head down because I don't want to go too crazy. Just a little something. Whatever. I don't even know what we're doing for lips today, to be honest. Is that everything? Are we done? I've been taking my time, so I feel like I'm probably forgetting something. I don't know what lipstick I'm doing. I'm vibes. No plans. Vibes. What are you? It's a little pink. What are you? I don't. This one's alright. Cool. Switch it up from my regular. Oh, do we have gloss? Yeah, she'll do. 1 minute. I was in my head, I was gonna say 2 seconds, and then I said 1 minute, and then I put up 2. I'm gonna go do something to this hair, so I'll be right back. Wait here. Okay, we just added a little something to the hair. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, real chill for work today. I'm gonna be outside, so real chill for work today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you made it this far, Appreciate it. Let me know how you're feeling about some of these topics, and we'll chit chat some more in the next video. Bye.